Now entering your the fifth season of Trying, has your approach to filming it changed in any way? Because Esther told me on Wednesday, yeah, that it feels like coming home.
Yeah, it's the best. A lot of the crew have worked on it from the very first episode, so it feels familiar and warm and a really creative environment. And this is my first experience of playing a character for so long, so it kind of becomes a part of you. And also, I now live with the leading lady of the show, and we have a baby together. So that was different because we had a little baby on the set. But we love making it. It sounds like a cliche, but it's true. It's my favorite thing that I do. By the way, I flew back from Munich this morning, so I've just been in Germany. I'm making a TV show in Germany. I'm going to be filming in Regensburg
Oh,
for about 6 weeks, and yeah. So yeah, we're going to be in Bavaria.
yeah, looking forward to that. Heard about it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Jason's going back to college this season, and there he's like confronted with all the cliches of Gen Z that there can be. But also on the other hand, he can learn a thing or two from
Mhm.
them. I remember that nice conversation with one of his fellow students. How important is it to you to show that the world is not only black and white, and especially with a generational gap, stereotypes don't help us?
I think one of the things that the show does really well is it steers clear of two-dimensional representation. It's pretty free of cliche, and even though you sort of think you're getting certain cliches with the representation of that generation, but as you say, they're subverted by the fact that Jason learns from these young folks. And that's just testament to the writing of Andy Walton, who has written every single episode of the show. I always think that even if the things that the characters get up to sometimes are quite far-fetched, it's always rooted in truth, which makes it identifiable. And I think it's part of the reason why the show has lasted for so long, because it feels sort of real.
Mhm. So, apart from your younger new castmates, uh, after Jim Broadbent in last season, we have another special guest this season, Celia Imrie, that's also connected to Jason's storyline. Can you tell us a little bit about her significance for Jason and his, yeah, getting into the social work? Or
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
can you tell
absolutely.
me maybe how these guest stints come about with these like well-known British actors.
Well, first and foremost, it's one of the great things about doing this show is that we've been lucky enough to welcome some of the greats of British stage and screen, like Imelda Staunton, of course, Jim Broadbent, Celia Imrie now. And Celia plays a woman who is a hoarder. And my character, Jason, is embarking on a new education in social work. And he comes into it with the kind of um, naivete of believing that it's going to be quite simple. And Celia's character, Harriet, is the first person he encounters out in the field, as it were, as a trainee social worker. And it's one of my favorite episodes I've ever done of the show. I think it's one of the best episodes we've ever done. And that again is testament to the writing and the comic skill and prowess of Celia Imrie.
When you heard about Nikki's storyline this season with her secret, with her co-worker crush, we don't want to spoil it too much. Um, yeah, were you a bit worried about what that means to the relationship or what it would mean to the family if there was like this broken trust between them?
No, because I think it's just real. I think this stuff happens in life, and I think it's the nature of long-term relationships. And actually, in season one of Trying, Jason entertained a slightly inappropriate flirtation with one of his students,
Hmm.
and I just think that they're mature, their understanding, and all of those things make them pretty aspirational. I think from an audience point of view, you sort of watch them and go, "Yeah, I'd like a relationship like that." And now, lucky for me, I get to go home with the woman that plays Nikki every night.